What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. As you can see, we've got a Gecko Customz Sikorae here. Sikorae, I don't know how you're supposed to say it. But we've got a new knife into the collection here. You guys see me unbox it. We're going to go ahead and just kind of go through that same spiel here. So these are, as you can probably tell if you've ever purchased a Vero, these are definitely BE.EDC.NC OEM'd, the exact same unboxing experience that you get with a Vero. You do get a Gecko Customz patch there, nice little sticker on the inside, and then your COA, which has their contact info, and then what you've got here. So this is the 2024 release. So this is a white Storm carbon fiber, but it has been dyed, and it does have the Brittany Teal collars, MagnaCut 62 to 63.5, which is all good there. Hey guys, sorry about that jump cut there. So I filmed the first part of this video quite a while ago, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it got corrupted while being in storage or what. But anyway, pretty much the whole rest of the video, audio is choppy. I don't know what happened. So we are going to continue right from the initial unboxing on. Today we are taking a look at the Gecko Customz Sikorae. Just kind of roll straight into this thing, go straight in to the close-ups. So we are taking a look at titanium and camo carbon. So this was White Storm camo carbon that was dyed this kind of a blue and green coloration here. You can kind of see some blue bleeding in here, some greens and whatnot. You do have the Tiffany pivot collars there. Really super smooth transitions on these inlays. They are glued in inlays. And one thing you'll also see on this knife is there is no hardware visible on this side other than the pivot. So all your hardware and everything comes in on the clip side. Quarter length titanium backspacer, otherwise it is all open. It does have an internal stop pin as well. Really nice pocket clip screw does come in from the back side as well, so that hardware is hidden. And then you only have the two body screws there. T8 hardware all the way around. Again, those camo carbon inlays are really nice. Great looking blade here. We'll go ahead and flick this blade out. Now you're looking at a 3-inch MagnaCut blade here. Really nice satin grind here. Belt satin. Got pretty much a full height hollow grind. Drop point. And no branding on the show side. Clip side, we have the Gecko Customz logo. And if you break the lock, you'll see the MC for MagnaCut. Again, just a beautiful job done by BE.EDC.NC here on the OEM work. Sharpening looks fantastic. Really nice finger choil there. Tons of room for sharpening, of course, because this stays a fairly consistent thickness the whole way through. Is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, as with most satin blades. And we'll go ahead and take a look at our lockup. And our centering. Take that lock up again. It wasn't locked up all the way. So there is your normal lockup. All right. And so yeah, really nice knife. Since the initial start of this video, I want to say it's been, I want to say it's been a couple of months at least of time that I've had with this knife. I can't remember exactly when I got it. Quite honestly, it's been a whirlwind last half of the year here. But this thing has very quickly became one of the favorites in my collection. I've really started kind of narrowing in on what I look for in a knife that's going to stay in the collection, and this is definitely one of those. I really love the size factor of it, even without being choked up. It's extremely ergonomic, but you do have that choke up point here, and it's a very comfortable point as well. You do have a decent spot there for your finger to grab into, and it's just really nice and comfortable. And then, like I said, with it being choked down, again, same thing. No jimping on the back. Again, that's by design, as I've stated many times. I'd rather it be no jimping than bad jimping, so kudos to him, to Steven, for this design and not doing the jimping. Best Tech, again, just absolutely killed it, as per usual. You got a really nice hydraulic action. This is using factory bearings. I have taken the knife apart and re-oiled it. However, the pivot is super easy. There's no real adjustment to do on the pivot. This is tightened down all the way. It just works. Yeah, will say what just happened to me there is, if you're not paying attention, it can bite you. But as long as you're paying attention where you put your thumb, it's going to come down and you're going to catch on that little nub right there every single time. But I just wasn't paying attention. They do have a really nice relief there that kind of gives you a landing pad for your thumb. The detent is in a really great spot. So your lock breaks, and then your detent is right there. So it is definitely far enough, and you can see the gap there where it does drop, and you are getting right there. So you don't have any fear of having a double clutch or anything like that. Really nicely done knife, in my opinion. Pocket clip works really well. Super fidgety knife. I personally cannot thumb flick it. I don't even think I can. I can slow roll it if I pinch the blade, but that is, again, just because of my my thumb not having the dexterity that most do. So you are looking at, like I said, 3-inch blade, 7.3 overall, 3.6 ounces. These things can be had anywhere. Right now, there's a few of them that are on sale. So you can get some anywhere between the $365 price point all the way up to about $405, depending on which versions you get, whether you get anodized hardware, so on and so forth. But right now, I think, like I said, you can get some of the inlaid versions even for that $365 price point. Now, again, I'm sure those are not going to last very long. So if you're seeing this, check it if you want one. Otherwise, you can find these on the secondary from time to time, and so on and so forth. But really awesome job on this knife. Like I said, it has been a joy in the collection. I've carried it quite a bit, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, that being said, it has seen some carry in, or seen a good bit of carry in use. So we'll check and see how the MagnaCut's holding up. So the MagnaCut seems to be holding up pretty well. Cutting in through there pretty good on this really thin paper. So no issues on that whatsoever. I have taken the knife apart, so I know the hardware is done well, but we will go ahead and check that as well. And like I said, that does allow us just to check on one side here, the way this is done. So you can see there just a little bit of wiggle on that one, a little bit on there. And it's going to be the same story all the way around. So just a hair of wiggle on all of these. But again, this is, like I said, this is kind of my recipe now, at least what I've kind of settled into as my recipe for a really nice preferred carry. Now, I do have some bigger and smaller knives. Of course, I'm going to represent the friends of mine in the industry that design and whatnot, and try to get their knives. But this kind of 7 to 8 inch range on the overall length. That's 3 to 3.5 inch range on the blade. That's kind of my sweet spot. I really like having knives in that 3 to 4 ounce range. Much over 4 ounces. They really start to be a bit heavy. And then much under, under it doesn't really matter, but I try to stay in that range. It seems to be a really nice sweet spot. And these the thinner, kind of more I don't want to say gentlemanly carry, but the little bit smaller, thinner knives seem to be more what I'm gravitating towards here as my collection evolves. It's like I said, if this is one you've been looking at, been thinking about, it's definitely one that's worth picking up. If you can afford it, great, grab one. I was able to pick this one up in a trade, but it was definitely one that had been on my radar anyway. So anyway, guys, that's all for right now. I'm not going to extend this out too much further. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember, be kind, be humble, BEDC. Take care.